All right, what's going on, guys? So day one today is Wednesday. Got my two sets of squats, accessories, no bench still. We're still on that 3 times a week bench, so we're chilling. I think I got what 180 for my first set of four, and then a range of 190 to 195 for my second set of four, and then after that we'll just be doing accessories and yeah, so it's pretty chill training day. It's just lower body pretty much. And then tomorrow is bench fives as well as accessory. So yeah, first 2 days are just squat and then bench, and then day three will be squat and deadlift, and then day four will be bench only again. Then I rest Sunday. Then Monday is my SBD training session again. Shoulders feeling better, so I'm thinking maybe next week we bring back 4 times a week bench, but we'll see how this week's bench goes before making any adjustment. It does feel a bit detrained, but the shoulders feeling healthier, so maybe adding that fourth bench day would just help kind of build up that momentum again. But something to discuss with Victor. Aside from that little update, somebody fucked with my shorts this morning. Um, yeah, you can take a look. So they went ahead, and if you look at the shorts, you can quite evidently see that this is what it's supposed to look like. There's the zipper here, and you can see it zips up and down. There used to be a string that went through it, but you can see they pretty much just cut open the whole short pocket and took the zipper and the string, and then they just left it on the ground outside my place. So yeah, just a minor inconvenience, but whatever, it is what it is. Hope you enjoy your string and your pocket zipper, I guess, you weirdo. What's going on, boys? So I'm sure everyone wants to know about the auntie stealing, cutting up everything, and all that. But we'll deal with it later on in the vlog, anyways. So my squats went all right. I mean, they didn't feel bad. The SBD sleeves are something for legal reasons. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but they're definitely something. Burnt my fingers, so that was fun. But you know, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? There's only so much you can deal with it. But shout out Mika for filming a bit of this content when he came to SM that day. I only had two sets of squats. I don't even bench on this day anymore. But we will be bringing back the bench on day one, starting this week, I believe. I think Victor's got me doing 4 sets of triples tempo bench. So yeah, we'll be chilling. Aside from that, I mean, this week has been very hectic. There's a lot of life things going on. There's a lot of, I guess, non-life things going on as well. But yeah, it's been a very messy week. Sleep hasn't been the greatest. Body weight's still kind of but you know, like I said, it is what it is. We'll work through it. All right, what's good, guys? So day two. Today is Thursday, so I've got my volume bench. Again, only doing 3 times a week bench, but today's intro is going to be a bit different. I'm actually going to show you guys how I trim my calluses because I've got deadlifts tomorrow. So what I typically do is I trim my calluses once every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how thick the calluses get, as well as how rough the skin gets. So obviously I pull hook rip. I actually haven't ripped my skin on deadlifts in couple of years now since I've built up this routine of trimming my calluses, you know, once every 2 to 3 weeks. Um, yeah, you know, you do want some calluses on there, but the thing is, if you've been training for as long as, you know, I have been, you've probably built up a shit ton of dead skin on the hand itself. So you can see it's not super thick, but it is kind of rough. So I'm just gonna quickly go over how I typically trim my hand. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Typically those are the ones, and then sometimes 5. Sometimes I get one here as well, but usually it's only about 5 per hand calluses I need to trim. Um, but yeah, so what I have here is, as you can see here, is just this tin case. So when I open up the tin case, okay, what you can see here is this little metal wooden trimmer. So this is actually for calluses on, I want to say, your feet, but I've actually used it really well. You can see here, it's got a razor right here. So if I'll pop it out first. There you go. You can see here, this is a little razor. You just put it onto this part here. And then after that, take this part, the handle, slot it on here, slide it in. There you go. So that's when you have the razor here that it is. So usually what I do is I skin the calluses off with this first. After I'm done doing that, there's usually a bit of rough edges, and then I use this. So this is sort of like that. Again, for people's feet usually, it's a machine. It's basically, you know, it's like really rough here, made out of sandpaper. You kind of spin it like that. Got 2 speeds. Use that against the skin to kind of just chisel away at the dead skin. But anyways, let me show you guys how I typically do it. Let's get this. So I hope you enjoyed all that footage of me kind of clipping up my calluses. So this is day 2. I've got... Shit, what do I have? I think I've got... What is it? My volume bench? Yeah, I think it's the 5s. Damn. Not enough sleep. See, this is what happens to you. Brain doesn't work. Yeah, so it's just a bench 5s top set and then 2 back offs. Nothing crazy. Shoulder is... It was okay on this day, but you can see from the bench depth angle that the right shoulder still being a bit offset with the left. It's still a bit iffy, but I think throughout the week it got better and better. But I'm not able to hold my thoracic extension as well as I would have liked. But look, getting it below a pain threshold of 1 out of 10 is already a big W. So, you know, beggars can't be choosy. We take what we can. All right, what's going on, guys? So today is Friday, day number 3. I've got my primary deads, high bar squats. Fingers are still kind of, you can see that there. Yeah, it's still kind of fucked from the knee sleeve, but you know, it is what it is. We'll make it work. Worst come to worst, I just won't wear knee sleeves. But all right, let's go train. I gotta get through these obstacle courses of some dogs. Penny here, and Mr. Charlie over there, who's been biting his paws non-stop, has a cone on him, but yeah, take a look at Penny here. There you go. So I didn't do much of an intro for day 4 or day 5, so you're just gonna have to deal with day 3, 4, and 5 training footage all linked together. Yeah, there's not much to really talk about, to be honest. Training has been as it should. I guess more or less this whole week has been surrounded with all the, I guess all the drama happening around our block. I guess for those who follow the Instagram stories or even TikTok, you would have known that we had some old, I want to say senile, but she's definitely not senile. She knows what she's doing. This old lady that's been stealing our stuff and cutting it up, and I'm still salty about the fact that she ruined my Balmain shorts, as well as she messed up a really nice pair of virus tights. I mean, she pretty much cut them up and made them into like capris, 3/4 length shorts, tights, whatever you want to call it. And she didn't even stitch it up really well. I mean, I'll go into it later. You can see at the end of the vlog. I kind of just show you what she actually did, but yeah, she completely wrecked it. But as you can see with the footage of training, right? There's not much to talk about. I mean, training is as it should be. It's only week 5, week 2 of phase 2. I'm not even moving crazy big weights at the moment. It's just more or less just getting the work done and building up the momentum towards Worlds, as we are about 5 weeks out now. And, you know, 5 weeks out, I'm really dealing with externals that I shouldn't have to deal with. You know, it is what it is. We've done our part anyways to talk to the police about it. We've put up flyers. We've talked to the relatives of the old lady. Oh, yeah, it's rough. It is what it is, and I feel like I've said that a lot. But there's not much you can do, and when it comes to these things, it's only about, I guess, finding ways to work around it, and I guess still moving on with your life at the same time with finding ways to get compensation for everything they've done. The police took a while to do anything about it, and it took us kind of setting up a CCTV, talking to neighbors, confrontation. Basically, it took all the effort on our end, or I should say Cheryl's end, anyway, because she did everything before the police actually did anything. And only today, May 14th, did they actually go talk to um, the unit, right? So it kind of sucks when it's shit like that takes ages to do. You would expect the police to be a bit more vigilant and a bit more on time, especially when you have all the evidence against the suspect, like CCTV footage, a neighbor catching them red-handed doing stealing and doing what they're accused of doing, and it just sucks when you kind of have to take matters into your own hands. But I'll get into more of that later as well. As you can see with training, anyways, there's only so much to talk about. Again, not much to really go over. Primary deads were easy. Then I had my day 4 bench only day with the tempo bench and the mid grips, and that was fine. That was probably the day where my shoulders started feeling healthier. And then obviously I have my day 5 with primary squats and primary bench. You can still see that with my bench, I'm still quite hesitant with the way I bring down the weight. It's still very much controlled and quite similar to how a tempo bench is like. And one thing that you will also notice is that lockouts seem to be okay, but the pop off the chest still seems a little loose. And that's something that we'll be dealing with next week, as we will be bringing back the 4th bench day to hopefully just really refine technique and just build up a bit more volume and momentum towards bench, since strength seems to be still relatively okay, but we needed to have a bit more pop, and if we want to do well, we obviously need to have a bit more exposure to bench. But as you can see, the elbow and shoulder seems to be all right. All right, so little update on the clothing thief and seamstress. If you've been following my Instagram, then you know the whole story. I guess the TLDR version is that my family has been experiencing stolen items, as well as some level of vandalism. Police reports have been made. We've confronted the suspect's son. We've arranged a meeting with the son and the brother later today to discuss compensation and so on. Right? We're doing what we need that needs to be done to try and make sure that we get what we deserve at the very least. So I think the son may have scolded his mom, but she did return some clothing items today. She did return items that we actually did not know were stolen. So that's definitely got Cheryl a bit pressed. But you can see here, she returned my virus tights that went missing, or she stole. But they're now 3/4 tights, and there was a hole at the bottom here where she stitched up. The problem now is that obviously she's made it shorter to 3/4, but she also didn't use stretchy materials, so the stitching she used is poorly stitched together. Yeah, she cut it up and then stitched it together. You see that? I guess you can't really see because it's kind of dark, but you can see that the stitching is poorly done. And she also had the stitching done here in the crotch area where there's a hole there. And this happens to be not stretchy as well. So look, I'm gonna for shits and giggles, I'm gonna try these on, and then I have the new one as well. So I'll wear the new one as well for a basis of comparison. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it looks dumb, but take a look. So you can see it doesn't go all the way down anymore. It's kind of stuck up there, and the crotch area here is stitched up. So I know if I squat in these, that's just immediately gonna pop right open. Yeah, but anyways, I'll wear the new ones for a basic comparison so you can see what it looks like. But I'm not gonna lie, I could probably still use these, but it's just annoying to wear. So as you can see, these go all the way down. There's no stitch down in the crotch area there, so there's no hole. You can stretch open like that pretty easily. And you can see there's still a bit of space around the ankles where I can pull it down a bit more. So yeah, I think realistically, basically the tights she altered. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to be able to wear it. Um, so when I did put it on, I did kind of rip the stitching she made at the bottom. Um, I guess I could remove the stitching and see how it looks, but I think she did cut off quite a bit. Yeah, she did. She cut off the bottom and she stitched it up. So um, I'll take off the current ones I'm wearing, or actually I have another pair I bought, but you can see how the bottom is stitched. Can you guys see that? Yeah. It's a bit hard to see. But essentially you can see how it's stitched on the inside, right? Where it's stitched in like that. You can see it's done really well. Spacing is good and it's stretchy as well, right? Regardless of the stitching. Whereas with hers, she just did a basic stitch using normal string. And the moment I put it on and put my feet through it, the stitches came off. So she definitely stitched it so she could wear it, but fuck it, I know she's trying to wear tights for anyways, but ruined my whole goddamn week. Ugh, it's been absolutely terrible, but you know, it is what it is. I got 2 new pairs of tights. Um, I don't really think I can wear the other ones. But you know what? That won't stop me from seeking at least financial compensation for the new 2 tights I bought, right? And obviously the mental and emotional distress my family has been going through for this last week. But anyways, that's it for this week's vlog. Yeah, training was as it is, should be, but the week I've had was very, very interesting, to say the least. Anyways, hopefully next week will be less tumultuous and I can just have a peaceful week of training. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one.